It's nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you too.
It's fun to watch the show. Can you tell me how you both came to these roles and what you like most about these characters?
Oof.
Maddie, you were cast before I was.
Was I? Also my cat is gonna make an appearance every once in a while. I'm so sorry. She likes to steal the spotlight. I mean, this came across at a very interesting time for me where, entering your late 20s, it's a confusing time on trying to figure out like what roles you want to play. And I had never played a young professional before. And I remember getting the original audition. It was one of the scariest auditions I think I've ever had in my life. Just for like, the jargon and the lingo, and there's a melody of like how you speak when you're a lawyer. And the whole thing from start to finish it was a challenge, but it was like it's one of my favorite things I've ever done between even I mean, just the work alone, getting to be in Ireland, getting to work with like our incredible cast. Like everyone is just so good. And that's always like the biggest treat, I think, is when you're on set and it barely feels like work because you're just with such talented people and you just get to, you're so present. Like I can just look at you and I know you'll give me what I need. And it was just such a treat. But no, I learned so much jumping into this, and I feel like I sort of took Sarah away with me a bit. And like I really hope we get to do it again.
By the way, she's fantastic on the show.
You are too, Lana.
Not that, but you are really.
Thank you.
It's so lovely. And I remember Madison saying, "Oh my God, I finally get to play like a lawyer. I feel like I'm a real woman." I was like, "You are!" And she really is. She's
It
phenomenal.
was
And
also so scary though. I remember the first day I stepped into the well for the first time, my legs were shaking. I was so scared. So scared. But then after the first day I called my mom. I was like, I should have gone to law school. I missed my calling. It was so much fun.
I definitely did not miss my calling. I don't know. I was like, law, okay. I played doctors a couple times now in my career, and I had to like go down that whole like medical jargon and dictionaries and the human
Mhm.
anatomy and learning all that. This was a similar approach. The whole legal world is not my forte. It's a language that thankfully Michael Seitzman said, "Gee, you know what you're talking about." I was like, "Well, it's because I look up every word and I have to figure it out." But yes, it's not easy. It doesn't come so naturally. So no games about
Mhm.
what does this word mean. Um, but so ended up stumbling upon this. Really, I was in the middle of a hurricane. It was very dramatic. I was. I was flying into Puerto Rico. I was on my second leg. There was a huge hurricane. I was going to film a movie called Dime Detective, which I'm not going to pitch, but I was doing that, and I got a call from my rep, and she said, "We have a call back from the Rainmaker." I said, "I never auditioned for the Rainmaker," and they said, "Well, you're in the callbacks." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I said, "Well, I'm in the middle of a hurricane, but and it's like midnight." And I was getting into New York, Puerto Rico at 6 a.m. So I read the script in the time that I was traveling from New York to Puerto Rico, and then slept 4 hours, got up and auditioned. So
Wow.
it was very much like off the page kind of thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
And um and I got it based on that. Now it was I think we had to do it twice, like on a Sunday. They said, we definitely want you for this. But the reception was a bit wonky. It was like stop, go, because of the hurricane. But it's one of those things where, when you're meant to play a part and it's yours, it just
Hmm.
is. And this is often what I tell to a lot of young actors. I'm like, don't get upset. Sometimes it's just not meant to be. This
Hmm.
was something that was just like meant to be. It fit like a glove. I was meant to portray Bruiser, and I'm so grateful that I'm doing it.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
So,
really nice.
yeah.
Well, I'm not going to ask you about any legal jargon, but I did want to ask Madison, have you ever heard of this show?
Oh God.
No.
So the show's called Boomtown, and there's an actress in it who you might recognize. I know it's a little bit blurry
Is that
here,
you,
but
Lana? Wait, Lana, how old are you there?
I think I was 22 or 23.
Oh
I may
my
have been
God,
23.
baby. That's
I think
I,
this was
incredible.
your first drama series role. I think. And I feel like this is the kind of show that would have done very, very well on streaming and did not do well at all on NBC in 2002, which is really, really
Wow.
sad. But especially seeing how Donnie's gone on to do another police show and Neil's doing all this great stuff. It's this show, I mean, how do you think
And
TV
Graham
has changed?
Yost. I mean, it's Graham
Oh,
Yost.
absolutely. How do you think TV has changed since this? And do you think that this is the kind of series that today would still be much more popular than unfortunately it was then?
Oh yeah, there's a few series that I've done that I think would be, hugely successful right now if it were on streaming. Yeah, because back then it was like all about the numbers, how many people were like tuning in. However, first season of Boomtown, I think we won 16 awards. I mean, I won Best Actress or Supporting Actress. I think I won two awards that year. Um, or nominated for two, definitely won one. I think it was like an Imagine or Imagine Award, whatever it was. And I mean, God, first of all, the formula was 23 episodes. And
Wow.
it was 9 months of your life that you were
Mhm.
dedicating. And that just recently ended, right? Like in the last 10 years. Um, so TV has dramatically changed. God, this is my 11th series. I've been around for a long time.
You
Um,
look amazing, Lana. You'd never
thanks,
know.
thanks, but it's so interesting when you've been doing television for this long to see the progression. And it happened when I was on Once Upon a Time, because that's when I think Orange is the New Black came out on Netflix. And when I was moving up to Vancouver from LA, I still had my Netflix DVDs in the sleeves. And I was, I got whatever, 5 movies a week or something like that. And I remember taking a couple of them up there with me. And then
Wow.
all of a sudden streaming came around, and and it's just the television that we once knew is like over. Um so it's kind of been bittersweet, like I was watching Peacock the other day because I know the show's going to be streaming on Peacock. I was like, I got to see how Peacock streams their, series. I don't watch them enough. And there were some commercials. And I was like, who's going to get upset about this? I was like, well, back in the day, it was an opportunity to go to the bathroom and grab a bag of popcorn.
Yeah.
But now it's like people are like, oh, commercials. Oh, I don't have time for this. Oh, this is so. And I'm like, it's 30 seconds. Get over it. Like, I've really seen the evolution over the years. I really have. And I think Boomtown would do great. I think Swingtown,
I was gonna
all the shows that
I
end
was
in
gonna,
town.
All the
But
towns.
I was gonna mention Swingtown. Yeah, I like Swingtown a lot.
Swingtown.
That's another great one.
Oh my God, that show
Wow.
changed my career.
Wow.
But yeah, there were a lot of shows that I don't feel got. In fact, once upon a time, I thought because of how my career unfolded with these great shows ending abruptly, I thought, well, I'm only going to be in Vancouver for 6 months, so I'm not going to get too attached to
Oh
anything.
no. 7 years
7 years
later.
later. I mean, yeah, so I'm really grateful, and we got really lucky with the Rainmaker. We really did, because it was a 10 episode order, and that is just like a blessing.
Mhm.
You know, thank you, John Grisham.
Well, I'm not even sure where you can find Boomtown besides my, DVD set here, but I
In my
hope both
living room.
there we go. I
I think
hope
we
you
need a
both have
Lana watch party.
Oh God.
Let's do
yes.
it.
Don't miss Why Women Kill season two also. Very good. Different
Thank you.
different thing. But I Madison, wish you lots of success on this show that you won't have necessarily as many stories of all these shows, but I'm sure you both have lots of excitement in the future and looking forward to this show premiering.
Well,
We're
thanks. It was
excited.
lovely
Thank you
to
so
talk with you.
much.
Thank you
Thanks.
so
Really nice
much.
to meet you both.